Let's not sugarcoat it. TikTok's messiest mom just took it too far. Amanda McG, a mom of four and content creator, has built her entire platform around cleaning, or more accurate, tending to clean her perpetually dirty, chaotic home. For a long time, she seemed like a mom who was simply overwhelmed and trying to do her best. Her content had a sort of raw honesty to it, a real mom showing a real mess. But recently, that idea has taken a dark turn. She's not just showing the mess anymore, she's living it, filming it, and worse, she's normalizing it. And we really need to talk about the damage that might be doing, not just to her audience who watch this unfold like some kind of messy soap opera, but more urgently to her children who are growing up in these shocking conditions. Amanda recently posted that she was ready to go off the grid for a family vacation with her husband and kids. But what really got people talking was who she was leaving behind. Her sisters, who were set to house sit and take care of the pets. This seemed like a perfect opportunity for Amanda to finally tackle the long-standing mess in her house. You'd think, with guests coming over, she would at least try to make the place look decent. A clean slate, maybe. A chance to do a deep clean and hit the reset button. At the very least, make the space livable for others. But that didn't happen. Instead, Amanda went on filming as if everything was under control. She said she wanted to get the house nice and cleaned up for her sisters, but in reality, she barely made an effort. She gave followers a tour of the kitchen and confidently declared that things were not that bad.
Get my house ready with me so we can go off grid, and I have a lot to do. My sisters are going to be coming over to stay at my house and house sit and watch my animals, so I need to get it nice and cleaned up for them. It's honestly not that bad, and I know I say that all the time, but from where we came from to where it is now, it's honestly not that bad. Do you have a little bit of dishes here? Bit of dishes here, and this always looks so cluttered because I have like a bunch of stuff up there all the time. I don't know why. This area is like our little catch-all clutter hell. I am packing up stuff for our trip. We are actually going off grid. I won't be home till Sunday. My husband's not coming back till Wednesday. And I did most of the packing already. I have this dryer full that I need to get stuff from. And I am really excited to get out and take this little breaky poo and, you know, just enjoy not being tied to our phones all the time. It's going to be so much fun. I did wash my sheets and some blankets so they have some fresh stuff to sleep on. You guys are always like, put a shirt on, put a shirt on. I sweat so much. And I'm in my own house. I can wear what I want. When you live in a really small town and there's like an ambulance call, whether it be a car accident, somebody having a stroke, somebody broke their arm, something like that, a fire, they will ring that bell every time. All right, I'm just gonna vacuum up, straighten this area out, and do these dishes and call it good. What is going on? All right, stay tuned for the dishes video.
But viewers saw something very different. Dishes piled sky high, old food crusted on the countertops, random items and groceries tossed around like confetti, and floors that looked like they hadn't seen a mop in weeks, maybe even months. She spoke with a sense of assurance, almost like she had done something big. And then, with a smile, she ended the video saying, "Stay tuned for the dishes video." It gave people hope. Maybe this time she'd actually clean. Maybe she'd finally follow through. But nope. That follow-up video never came because she never did the dishes. She left for vacation with the same mountain of grime still standing tall in her kitchen, as if it was part of the decor. She didn't seem concerned about it at all. After days away on her off-grid vacation, Amanda came back home to the exact same filth she left behind. Nothing had changed. The mountain of disgusting dishes still overflowed from the sink and counters. The sticky floors still clung to every step. The garbage that was supposed to be thrown out before leaving still there. The same disaster zone she said she would clean up was exactly as it was. Untouched, festering, and worse than before. But what really shocked people wasn't just the mess, it was Amanda's attitude about it. Howard's, everyone still survived. She said it with this bizarre sense of victory, like the absence of illness or death somehow justified the filth, as if survival was the standard for whether her home was acceptable. That level of detachment is not just concerning, it's alarming. Because survival isn't the goal. Children deserve more than just surviving. They deserve safety, comfort, and cleanliness. Yet Amanda held up "we live through it" like a badge of honor, ignoring the real issues left behind. And remember, her sisters were staying in that house. They had front row seats to the filth. They saw the condition of the kitchen, the bathroom, the trash, the bedrooms, all of it. And they didn't clean a single thing. They lived in it, slept in it, let the dogs roam in it. And then, when Amanda returned, it was as if no one even noticed how unacceptable it was. That level of normalization is beyond troubling. It makes you question how deep this behavior runs in Amanda's circle and how much longer it's going to continue unchecked.
I made it back from vacation, and my sink still looks like this, and everybody still survived. We did, however, have so much fun off grid. It was just the best time, and we really enjoyed ourselves out there. It's our second home, our home away from home. It's absolutely amazing. We spread my mother-in-law's ashes, and then the next day we had a poker run, and everybody wore purple for my mother-in-law. And we all played these games, which were super fun, horseshoes and everything. I did win third place. Your girl never wins anything. And I won a whopping $10. I'm so happy. So now I'm back to the shithole of all shitholes. And I don't want to do anything because I want to relax. What is that and why is it so loud? And also, my sisters stayed the night and they left the dogs in my room and they chewed up my daughter's glasses and my daughter's Doc Martens that she got from London. And I'm so freaking pissed. Not at my sisters, at my dogs mostly, but what the fuck. Anybody have a soft leather size 6 Doc Marten single boot that looks exactly like this that they can donate? Because the dog only got one boot. Not both of them, just the one. See? And he also chewed up her glasses. Other than that, everything went good, except for one of my cats is missing, but he disappears sometimes and doesn't come back. Anyways, I will be back to my hellhole content here tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Let's talk about Amanda's sisters. While they weren't necessarily responsible for cleaning the home from top to bottom, you'd really have to wonder, how did they manage to stay there for several days without even rinsing a single dish? Not a wipe off the counter, not a trash bag taken out, not even a quick sweep through the kitchen. It's hard to believe that anyone could step in that environment and simply decide not to do anything. Did they not notice the overpowering smell coming from the sink? The visible grime clinging to the surfaces? The overwhelming clutter that made every room feel suffocating? And then it gets worse. The dogs they were supposed to be watching trashed Amanda's bedroom. We're not talking about knocking over trash cans. They chewed up her daughter's shoes and glasses. And the sisters? They didn't stop it. They let the dogs into the rooms they shouldn't have been in, let the destruction happen, and walked away from it like it was nothing. So we're left asking, do they live in similar conditions at home? Have they become numb to the mess and chaos? Or was Amanda's house in such a disastrous state that they felt too overwhelmed to do anything at all? Maybe it felt hopeless to them. Maybe they didn't know where to begin. But even then, basic decency would suggest at least trying. Rinsing a plate, taking out some trash, making sure the dogs weren't tearing up personal belongings. Whatever their reason or excuse, it doesn't change this. It's not normal. It's not okay. And the fact that not one person stepped up to say, this isn't right, is deeply, deeply concerning. It's not just Amanda's issue anymore. It looks like a problem running through the entire circle of people around her. Amanda has a go-to script. She says she's overwhelmed, that she's dealing with depression, that she's trying. And mental health does matter. No one is saying it doesn't. Life as a mom of four is hard. And when you're dealing with mental health struggles on top of it, that can make everything feel 10 times heavier.
Oh, God. Isn't that just like such a reality check? I'm 80 years old and somehow I woke up in my 38-year-old body just for one day. Mummy, wake up, they shout. I blink, I sit up slowly. My babies, they're small again. I gasp, I cry. They climb into bed, giggling, wiggling. I used to rush through mornings, but not today. I catch my reflection in the bathroom mirror. No deep lines, no grey hair, my younger face. I used to think I looked old at 38. What a silly thought. I stare for a moment and think, you are so beautiful. I find my husband in the kitchen making coffee. He looks strong and young. I wrap my arms around him so tightly, he looks surprised. We pile into the car, kids arguing over seatbelts. Someone drops a snack, crumbs everywhere. I used to get so frustrated, but I'll miss this mess. I will miss this mess. Dinner is loud and unorganised. No one wants to sit still. There's shouting, giggling, so much life. And before bed, I pick up the phone and I call my mum. I hear her voice. Mum! Mum! I haven't heard this voice in so many years. And I tell her I love her again and again and again. And I never want to hang up. At bedtime, I don't skip the pages in the story. Not tonight. I don't want this day to end. I got one more day. And this time I knew. This was joy. This was love. Those little hands, those loud, messy dinners. Our strong, young bodies with no aches or pains. Our parents who were still alive. It all mattered.
But let's be real. She's been saying the same thing for years now, and still, nothing has changed. There is no visible progress, no growth, no breakthrough. It's the same explanations, the same promises, the same hopeful words, followed by the exact same scenes of clutter, chaos, and neglect. She says, it's not that bad. It's just a few dishes. I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Not really. Those few dishes turn into mountains. The laundry multiplies, the trash spills over, and everything stays exactly where it was before she promised to change it. Take her car, for example. She openly admitted it hadn't been cleaned in 3 years. And now, after months of content around cleaning the car, what did we see? Small, surface-level efforts. A vacuum swipe here and a bag removed there. But she avoids the bigger work, like removing the mats or wiping down the sticky interiors. There is always an excuse, always a reason to stop halfway. She'll post a clip and say, I'm getting there. But then, nothing. The next update shows the same mess. This isn't progress. It's procrastination, wrapped in hashtags and views, packaged as content, but built on avoidance. It looks like she's chasing engagement than actually trying to fix the problem. Is it all for views? Here's the real question. Is Amanda actually trying to clean, or is she just performing for views? Because if Amanda genuinely wanted to get her kitchen or car clean, she could absolutely make that happen. She has options. She could hire a cleaning service to do a deep clean. She could reach out to friends or family for help. She could even take a temporary break from filming her daily mess and instead focus fully on organizing, decluttering, and rebuilding a healthier environment. But instead, she shows us fragments of efforts, bits and pieces of cleaning that are never fully followed through. She'll vacuum a seat in the car but leave the trash under it. She'll load a few dishes and leave the rest crusted in the sink. She shows enough to look like she's doing something, but never enough to actually solve the real problem. And what's even more frustrating, it works. Her content gets people talking. Her videos draw in comments, reactions, stitches, duets, you name it. Some followers cheer her on, genuinely hoping she will turn a corner. Others are critical, pointing out the lack of progress. But either way, the algorithm rewards her. The mess becomes her identity. The chaos becomes the content. And in the middle of that, the real work, changing her home and protecting her kids, is still not getting done. That's the issue we can't ignore. Because while Amanda keeps filming and her views keep growing, the conditions in her home remain the same or worse. And that's no longer a content strategy. That's a problem with real-life consequences.
So I just had to delete this video and repost it again because for some reason TikTok was not pushing it out. So hopefully this time around it'll get pushed out to the right people. Or anybody for that matter. But as you can see here, it is wrong. It is disgusting and wrong. And since we bought this car, I don't think we ever cleaned it like this. The seat right here is where my son and his car seat sit. So whatever spills or food or crap, it just gets dirty. And I don't think I've ever cleaned these seats since we bought the car almost 3 years ago. But I will say, you guys, this was so satisfying to watch. And this little steamer got a really good job at getting up all this gunk and all this stuff hard to get to areas. Now off camera, I did get a bucket of bleach water with soap and a scrub patty, and I did scrub more of it. If you want to see my previous video, I did show an update on that. But like I said, I just had to delete this video and repost it again because the app wasn't kind to me. Well, I'm just gonna let the rest of this video play, and I hope everybody has a good day. Minor interruption. Well, it's not done yet. Damn, that made a huge difference.
Don't do that. Never.
What?
Never.
You don't like the steamer? But you made this mess over here on this side. From dumping all your food out, you made this huge mess. That's why I have to use that.
This isn't just about a woman with a messy home. This is about 4 children who live there. Children who are growing up surrounded by that, chaos and disorganization. Children who are learning to see moldy dishes as centerpieces on the dining table. Who think it's okay to walk bare feet over sticky, stained floors. Who hop into a car littered with trash, crumbs and food wrappers and old clothes every morning like it's just another day. That's not just messy, that's dangerous. It's dangerous for their physical health. Germs and bacteria thrive in dirty kitchens and bathrooms. The risk of foodborne illnesses, infections, even pests like roaches and rodents increase in environments like this. But the damage goes deeper than just. Studies have shown that growing up in chronically cluttered or filthy home can severely affect a child's mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and behavioral problems. When a child feels like their home is out of control, they internalize that chaos. It becomes part of how they view the world and themselves. They might feel shame or embarrassment when friends visit, or worse, they might never invite anyone over at all. It affects their sense of safety, their peace of mind, and their development. They may struggle with attention, with emotional regulation, with organization as they get older. And even if Amanda truly believes she's doing her best, that belief does not undo the harm. Children deserve more than excuses. They deserve to grow up in a space that nurtures them, supports them, and helps them feel safe. No child deserves to live like this, and no parent should justify allowing it. The "not that bad" lie. Amanda keeps saying it. It's not that bad. But when you're so deep in the mess that mountains of dishes feel normal, that's a huge red flag. She stopped comparing her home to a healthy standard and started comparing it to her worst days. It convinces her that things are improving when they are simply getting worse. And that's a dangerous mindset. If anyone is ankle deep in filth and thinks Well, at least it's not knee deep like last week. That's not progress, that's denial. And every time someone in her comments enables her, tells her she's doing great, or that they understand, or that it's okay to let things slide, it reinforces that lie. It cushions the reality and allows the cycle to continue unchallenged. Yes, support is essential. Yes, sympathy is powerful. But when support becomes blind validation, it can do more harm than good. Support should be honest. It should be loving, but firm. It should say, we care about you enough to tell you this isn't okay. Because empathy is not the same as enabling. And in this case, enabling just delays the moment of truth Amanda and her family desperately need. What Amanda needs. If Amanda is really struggling with her mental health, and it doesn't seem that way, based on her words, her patterns, and her ability to follow through, then she needs real help. Not likes and comments, not emojis, not fleeting praises in the comment section. Real support goes beyond social media validation. She needs a professional therapist who can help her unpack the root cause of her paralysis around cleaning, parenting, and routine. A cleaning service, yes, but not just to tidy up. A deep clean from professionals who can reset her space and give her a truly fresh environment to begin again. Boundaries with content creation, especially the kind that revolves around monetizing mess. She needs time away from filming and posting. Time to reconnect with her role as a parent and adult outside of the screen. This kind of healing isn't about going viral. It's about doing the hard, quiet work behind the scenes, work that won't get her clicks or comments, but could finally bring peace to her household. Because her current lifestyle isn't just chaotic, it's harmful. It's hurting her emotionally, yes, but it's also impacting the people who rely on her the most. Her husband, who has to share that space, her pets, who live among the clutter, and most heartbreakingly, her kids, who are growing up thinking that this is just how life is supposed to be. They deserve better, so does she. But the difference is, it's up to her to take the first step toward real change. At this point, Amanda's story isn't just about mess, it's about denial. It's about a pattern of behavior that has become her brand. It's about a woman who says she's trying, but shows us every single day that she's stuck. And while it's easy to feel compassion for someone who struggles, we can't ignore the consequences anymore. Amanda's home is a health hazard. Her children are living in a space that's unsafe. And her audience, whether they realize it or not, is watching someone slowly spiral in real time. So maybe it's time Amanda steps back from the camera. Maybe she needs to log off, clean up, and come back when she's ready to live differently. Because the people who love her, the viewers who care, aren't cheering for the mess. We are hoping for the comeback. What do you think? Is this a content strategy gone too far? Or is Amanda truly stuck in a cycle she can't break on her own? Comment below, like and subscribe to stay updated because this story is far from over.